Hi, my name is Hannah Sell, and the film I chose for my final project was My So-Called Enemy. It's a documentary directed by Lisa Gossels about a group of Israeli and Palestinian teenage girls, about them attending a program in the U.S. about peace, and we follow a few of their lives afterwards. This is a still photo from the film of them in a discussion group. I've also attached a YouTube video, it's kind of a trailer of sorts, a sample reel, and gave an overview of the film, just about how the girls went to the program and built those friendships and were able to discuss each side of the conflict in a safe environment. And the focus kind of shifts after the program and follows the story of 6 of the girls: Hanin, Anaz, Rowan, Razan, Adi, and Gal. The first 4 girls are Palestinians and the last 2 being Israeli. And we watch their lives unfold for the next 7 years. And, their lives change dramatically, the conflict intensifies, and, they have to debate their idealistic dreams with the harsh reality of what's actually occurring. And we just see the impact of the conference on them. Here I've attached a Vox YouTube video about a history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I feel like it's important to mention that this conflict is super complicated, super vast. So my personal responses are based on my limited knowledge. There's definitely a lot that goes into it. I've also attached the website's link from the film, which has some more extra information on it. As far as film techniques, it is a documentary, so it includes the usual footage of conversations, private interviews, stuff like that. But more specifically, I think I would label it a observational documentary, because while there are interviews, we see footage of the girls day to day, and there's no narration, so we kind of create that ourselves. And Gossels also uses visual evidence, so we see news footage, we see leaders speaking, video recordings of the bombings, and this breaks up the interviews. And it's also just used, as lack of a better word, as film evidence, And it occurs too whenever the girls are telling a story. It might just be a voiceover, and we'll be seeing things like Israeli soldiers and stuff like that and the conflict at home. She also includes graphics. I have this pictured here throughout the film, and it's little emails and chats that pop up of the girls. I thought this was really aesthetically interesting and also a unique way of giving more to the story and moving the viewer's knowledge along. I attached this film review for Women's Voices for Change, and she kind of just gives a summary as well and speaks on the fact that the program isn't set up for agreements or solutions between Israeli and Palestinian teenage girls, rather a safe place for them to speak. I thought it was a really good depiction of the film. For cultural significance, I spoke on the fact that this film can further your understanding of the cultures and also your curiosity. Throughout the film, we see the narrative of each side thinks that the other is the terrorist. They both think that they're the victims, and there's a group in the middle who want peace, and they're seen as unrealistic and idealistic. And but after seeing the girls interact at the conference, you see it as humans, from a human perspective, and you see that each side has hypocrisy and things going on, but really they just both want to be heard. And it's kind of a smaller version of a bigger picture, on a wide range in the conflict politically. Both sides just want to be understood, but instead the conflict rages on. I've attached a picture of the flags. This is the Palestinian flag, and this is the Israeli flag. As far as my personal response, this movie was incredibly emotional. I felt a close connection with the girls, obviously because they're my age, and so to hear about how their life experiences have been and how mine have been, it kind of popped that bubble that I live in, as far as, oh, my reality is really what's happening. And you watch a movie like this and you're like, wow, I'm so privileged, I'm so thankful, I can do things that are like bowling or going to the movies, and I don't think about it, it's kind of absent-mindedly engaging in it. I thought it was interesting the comment Melody made, saying if she was contemplating if it was fair for her to show them what their world could be like, you know, and I thought that was crazy and definitely something that will stick with me forever and remind myself that I'm very lucky. I thought it was interesting the way the girls spoke about peace later on in the film, and it really left me wondering, you know, is peace something that's really attainable, or should we be working towards something like justice and understanding rather than phrasing it as peace? And I also think what Rowan said about two separate realities, one for violence and another of people hoping for better. I thought that was a great way to put it, because we can feel really small sometimes, and it's huge global social issues like these that leave us kind of, you know, in the dark, and all we can do is hope for better and act on better. And as far as what can be observed from how they portray the conflict, I would like to bring up again the perspective of humanity. I think that's really, really important. It's not the Israeli point of view or just the Palestinian point of view. It's seeing that these are real teenage girls, real civilian people, that it still affects in a way that, you know, you wouldn't think. And I think that was important the way Melody said that they should cross emotional borders. You know, there might be that legal, that physical border between them, but they can always, it's always possible to pass it emotionally and just speak to people as people. It's also an unavoidable thing to mention politics about this conflict because it sits right in the middle of the conflict. And it was important too in the film because they talked about, Gal and Rezan talked about the Israeli West Bank barrier, and that was a political movement. I feel like the most important, the most overarching theme of prominent in the whole film was the struggle to communicate. And this ties into the conflict as a whole, because in the movie we see the girls who are having discussion groups, you know, they're getting frustrated, they have different emotions, and they don't know how to handle it because they both think so differently. And that's really what it is on a large scale. Both sides want to be heard, and, you know, they simply don't want to listen to each other. I had this image of the Israel West Bank barrier. It was actually a few years ago, it became illegal, and Palestinian territories were like, take it down, pay us back, but it's still standing. This is a Twitter post which attached a news channel interview with Daniel Barenboim, and he's a musician, and he also he's an advocate for peace, you know, within the conflict, and he brings together musicians that are Israelis and Palestinians, and he kind of just also spoke on the fact that, you know, the interviewer was like, Palestinians feel like their voices aren't heard, and Daniel was like, yeah, that's honestly the truth of the matter, and spoke about how this eventually has to come to an end, or else it has to change, or else it'll end in catastrophe. And Rezan actually talked about this at the end of the film. She said everything that has a beginning has to have an ending, so the conflict can't go on forever. Lastly, I added this political cartoon from a cartoonist off Twitter. Very briefly in the film, it talked about U.S. involvement only because one of the girls in her room actually had a defaced picture of George Bush, who was the president at the time of the filming. And yeah, I thought it was apt to note that the U.S. does have involvement with Middle Eastern countries and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Yeah, I hope my presentation helped you understand a little bit more about the conflict and the film. I definitely recommend it, especially as a woman. I failed to mention how much it talks about, you know, women leadership, women in power, and I feel like that was a very important influence. And I thought it was a great movie, so I hope you enjoyed my presentation.